So next topic, wanted to go ahead and just jump right into this one because I know you all saw it. Paige VanZant has signed with Bare Knuckle FC. Now, a couple of interesting things about this. One, if you recall, Paige VanZant famously said that she made more money off of Instagram than she did fighting in the UFC. I wholeheartedly believe that to be true. Instagram models, Instagram influencers, it's a big deal. And she has a lot. She has a lot more than people realize, I think, especially in the MMA community. I think people look at her and say, oh, she's a pretty face. She did some things. Yeah. But she's more of a mainstream star than a lot of other people. I would argue, I know I'm going to get flack for this, so go ahead and give me as much flack as you want. Just bring the hate. I will debate this all day. I would argue she has more mainstream appeal right now than Adesanya. I would also argue she has more mainstream appeal right now than Stipe, DC, all those guys. And simply because her real revenue and drawing power is not in MMA. It is on Instagram. It's on her Dancing with the Stars stint. There are a bunch of people. My mom knows who Paige VanZant is. Never watched her fight in her life. Just knows, oh, that MMA chick. Oh, I saw something, She's capturing that audience. She's capturing the suburban, middle-aged housewife model that is not watching MMA on a regular basis. She's captured a lot more of that than I think people realize. So the fact that then she turns around and signs with Bare Knuckle FC, why is she going to do that? That seems terrible. Again, somebody on Twitter put up the picture of Jason Knight's face after his fight with Artem Lobov. Lots of stitches. If that's her moneymaker, why is she, getting in the Bare Knuckle FC ring? I think there's a couple reasons. One, the contract is reportedly worth over $1 million. For those of you that don't think that's possible, I definitely think it is. I don't think it's, hey, here's a lump sum of $1 million and you're good to go. I think it's, a per fight basis. I bet there's some appearances and things like that in there. There are incentives built in on top of the $1 million. So that says a lot. That's a lucrative contract. That's much more than she was making in the UFC. I believe UFC, her last fight was 46 to show, 46 to win, I believe is what she had. So, she's making way more money in Bare Knuckle than she ever was in the UFC. And she's going to be a star in Bare Knuckle. How successful is she going to be? That I don't know. You look at Beck Rawlings. I think that's a perfect example of someone who kind of washed out in the UFC and then, was a great boxer, but just struggled in some of the other facets of MMA. And now, is done far better in Bare Knuckle. I think Paige VanZant can do that too. I think she believes, and I think Dave Feldman believes, the owner of Bare Knuckle FC, that she can be the face of the organization. I think, especially if she becomes a champion, I think that's going to draw in a lot of casual people. I think it's going to be more drawing power than the MMA community realizes, because the MMA community has seen her in the UFC not do so hot in terms of her competition. So I think those are big pieces of it. I think the last piece of it that is crucial is Paige has always stated that she likes fighting. She's always essentially said, she wants to fight. She enjoys doing it. If she didn't, she could easily just become an Instagram model at this point, or, an influencer, or do something along those lines. She's got enough of a following now. She's got that suburban housewife, people knowing her. She doesn't need MMA anymore. She really doesn't. And she doesn't need BKFC, but she enjoys it. And I think this is a way for her to get that need to fight satisfied while also getting paid what she perceives her worth is. And what I would argue her worth, I don't know exactly. I don't know based on, her actual drawing power in terms of selling a set product on Instagram or something of that nature. I don't know what she does in that regard, but based on the amount of followers she has social media wise, you could easily think that she does pretty well. And her perceived worth is much more likely being met by BKFC than the UFC as a package, not as a fighter. I think she's being overpaid as a fighter. That I will say. Paige, if you see this for some reason and you want to give me crap, by all means, sorry. But But as an overall package and drawing power, I think that BKFC is much more in line with her overall draw power there. So I think that's why she signed. I think that's why Dave Feldman got that deal done. And again, if she becomes champion, I would expect you might see BKFC numbers ticking up.